welcome to Fifth Dimension. So for today's reading, I'm going to be focusing on the theme of what it is that is seeking you currently. So what is seeking you currently? Instead of using crystals, I've decided to use some shells that I have just to change the energy up a little bit. So for pile number 1, we have this beautiful shell right here. For pile number 2, we have this cool looking one. And for pile number 3, a nice spiral. So go with whichever you lean towards first and see if there are some messages there that resonate with you, loves. I'll see you at your piles. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose this shell right here, then let's go ahead and get some messages for you. I've already shuffled everything and set the intention for pile number 1, but I will tell you that right off the bat, peace. Peace, like a breath of fresh air, a little bit of relief is the energy that I was getting of what is seeking you. Okay, so let's take a look. We have wisdom. We have get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. We have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And we have full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like a time of reflection is what it's kind of like the energy of last week's reading that I was saying, or like the intention was what's coming into your life. I think that's I think that's what it was. So I suppose this is the same question. What is seeking you? So putting yourself into the energy of a calm down, a winter, if you will, an internal winter, shutting things down is seeking you. That is a moment that is needed for you in order to process, in order to reflect on something, or just in order to reflect in general. Now, with the seasons as they are, it's always been my experience and my belief that we as well go through experience the seasons, just like the trees shed their leaves and everything quiets down. It's like shutting things down in order to restore energy. I feel like that's what is seeking you. A moment to calm things down, restore energy, but also there's a lot of growth that happens in that quietness that I feel like is seeking you right now. You may be full. It feels like you're full. Maybe of questions, of confusion, of just thoughts about where to put your energy. There's that need to have a quiet down in order to, from a grounded place, we'll see clearly what the next step should be. But also it's just a matter of, I feel like all the wisdom is coming from that reflection. It's being able to stop, to process, to digest. Yes, that's the way to represent it, digest, because the feeling was full. the needing to digest, to release, however that applies to you. Sorry, that's Chloe. Give me a second. All right. Just wanted to check on her really quick. We have get grounded, connect with nature. What is your soul calling you to do? If that's what's surrounding that feels so full, the uncertainty of where to travel, which path to take, with needing to, it feels like, yeah, it just feels like energy dispersed. The needing to like create a plan of where priority is, and then allowing the rest to fall away. It feels like what is seeking you is an opportunity to reflect, to reconfigure, for what comes next. And I feel like it only comes, like the answers that you're seeking come, like they're wanting to come into your life, but it feels that, hold on, sorry. Okay, hopefully that stopped. She was working herself up into a cough attack. Let me carry on. Okay, so what is seeking you is an opportunity to restore your energy, to gain the answers that you're seeking, for any confusion to settle and to have clarity, either about what your next endeavor is in life, but also this could just be clarity about where you've come from, to be able to see it from a space of separateness and have all the pieces make sense. Yeah, a moment of relief, or this should bring relief. This that's seeking you is it feels like renewal. It feels like more mature version of yourself that's coming out on the other end. It feels lighter when you allow this, because I feel like that's the only thing that's sort of getting in the way of you receiving this that is seeking you. There's resistance in your energy to it, and it may mean that because there's a lot of it to unpack. But it's absolutely necessary. And when you decide that you are able to put yourself in a place and allow that to come in, this wind down, that applies differently for everyone, right? You're only capable of setting down as much responsibility as you potentially can, but however you are able to allow that to come in, I feel like it's really going to reflect a lighter, brighter version of yourself. You're going to feel proud of yourself for everything that you gained, for your perspective coming out of this, it feels. Okay, I'm going to put those back in. Okay, so for tarot, we have the Devil, Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. I'm going to pause. Okay. So this feels more like a breakdown. I can feel what's causing the resistance. It feels like there's something that holds a lot of your focus. It's like so distracting. It's something that's so distracting, and it feels like it's got such a hold. Like there's this fear included with it the fear of loss. And it sort of feels like this energy, however it applies to your current situation, is consuming a lot of energy. It's consuming a lot of your thought. It's putting yourself in a vibration that is making you feel stuck. But it's an illusion. It's the illusion of having lost something that you're trying to firmly hold onto energetically. However, the illusion of almost chaos of not having it. It feels like your life will be thrown into chaos if you just let it go. It's a strong illusion is all it is. Okay, I had to take a brief pause. Where was I? There was an energy of stuck. I was saying that it felt like an illusion. This is what's going to allow you to clear this energy. This that I spoke of, I'm not going to reiterate it all because I can go on and on. This that's seeking you, that's the opportunity to take that, is what's going to clear this energy. It's like lifting the fog, because the truth is that you are grounded. You may feel like there's something lost, but really, actually, when you come out of this energy, remember I said you're going to feel like a renewed version of yourself, restored. All of those words, all of those beautiful words. It's like when people say you have that glow. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like appearance wise. Like, I just mean like it's something that people energetically acknowledge, that something has shifted in your energy. That's the truth. What may feel chaotic, what may feel broken, what may feel lost, what may carry fear is an illusion, and what's really underneath that, that's waiting to be processed, to be digested, to be reflected upon. Once everything is, like I said, I don't know what the word is, but coming out of that, when the illusion is lifted, you're going to see yourself for what you truly are. And it was what I was saying. You're going to have gained so much. You're going to feel proud of yourself for how you came out of this. So hopefully that resonates with you, pal number one. I know I had a lot of interruption on that, so I apologize. Yeah, my animals are very dramatic and attention seeking. So I'm going to go ahead and get you some guidance. So if you're questioning, how do I release this resistance? It's all within you. It's the making time to slow down and be in thought. Allowing yourself, giving yourself space and allowing yourself, if you're the type of person who just prefers to, or not that you're that type of person, but if currently you've been not wanting to dwell, like just trying to keep yourself moving and not wanting to dwell or think back, or no, like it needs to happen. I feel like you just need to allow yourself the opportunity to be sad, if sad is what you're needing to feel, to be alone with yourself is what it really feels like, honestly. Guidance for pile number one. And be sure to acknowledge how different you are and how far you've come. Because I feel like there's something in this. So like if you're having difficulty in releasing the resistance to allow this to come in, like being gentle with yourself, having gratitude for what you can find gratitude in your life, but specifically with yourself. Yeah, like needing to pour into yourself. Treat yourself kindly. Give yourself compliments. Allow yourself grace when you feel like you decided on something that you wish you wouldn't have. You know, whenever there's regret, whenever there's doubt, whenever there's like that, be gentle with yourself on that. You're human. We all are just trying to figure this out, right? So we have card number 11, Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. We have the Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. This is also the energy of taking a pause before taking that action. It's gaining a groundedness and clarity before any movement. So it's all connecting with that need for a pause, however brief or however long it may be. Then we have listen with your heart. You are listening but need to hear with a loving heart. Oh look, it's the little shell from pile number 3. Just in case that pile kind of resonated or you thought it might. Then we have spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Then we have do something for someone. Give your attention to another. So where was I hearing that? That sometimes when you're feeling depleted and low, to do something without expectation, to do something kind, a simple gesture without expectation of anything in return, can immediately shift your energy. Yeah, I strongly feel that. Move into the energy of your heart. So whatever feels unpleasant, when you have unpleasant feelings and thoughts coming up, and when you're able to catch that it's moving in a certain direction that starts to feel heavy, there's guidance on moving that energy to your heart. It's in your head, it's in your chest, but move that energy into your heart and breathe into it. It'll help ease, it'll help shift your energy immediately. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, pile number 1. I hope that these messages resonated with you. If they did, please let me know. Also, I wanted to ask if the shuffling, is there a preference on shuffling on camera or off of camera? Just curiosity. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose this shell right here, then let's go ahead and find out what is seeking you. It's kind of like a part 2 of last week's. What's coming towards you, but a little bit more in depth, I'm feeling, from pile 1's vibe at least. So let's see what is seeking you. What is seeking pile number 2? Okay. I'm going to take them. Okay, so we have faith. We have new moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. Ooh, I see it. I see it, pile number 2. break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. It's giving baby bird energy. It's giving leap of faith. What is seeking you is a leap of faith. A big jump, it feels like. You're on the edge. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. And then we have pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Oh, it is giving baby bird energy. You will fly. You will fly, baby bird. What is seeking you is an opportunity to fly. I feel your nervousness on taking a leap of faith on something. This one feels very straightforward. I feel like one was a little bit more, like there was a lot to it, a lot of pieces to it. This one feels pretty straightforward. Let's find out more specifics. What is this leap of faith? Give us guidance on clarity on what is seeking. Pile number 2. I'll pick them up right now. So the ones down here, we have Judgment. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the Moon, the 6 of Wands. In some cases, this is also straightforward. The fear of showing one's vulnerable self, the fear of being judged, the fear of what may come, the consequences of, right? Like a Pandora's box, opening it up and not knowing what happens, not knowing what comes from that. Success, failure. A leap of faith on something that you hold. Sharing something that you hold within. I mean, this can apply in so many ways, right? Sharing yourself with something that is vulnerable to you. So this could be just a conversation needs to be had. This could be an action that you're hesitating on taking. This could be sharing yourself in some way that puts you at risk of feeling drastic potentials, the unknown. The fear of failure obviously stems hard in this nervousness, being guided more towards faith. So the opportunity to fly is what is seeking you. The understanding, you have a strong understanding, and that's where the hesitation is coming from. You have the understanding of what's at risk, of once it's put out there, there's no taking it back, is the energy that it's giving, right? It just feels, because I can't tell you one way or another, obviously, but it feels like this is a big milestone, stepstone. I don't know what the what the proper term is, but it feels like taking this step, whatever may come from that will absolutely be worth it, despite where it leans. Because it puts you in a position of shedding, almost like shedding ego to a certain degree. Another layer of it, right? Because we're always covered in our ego to certain degrees. Layer, we can't help it, we're human. But stepping into a place of vulnerability that puts you, it just feels like something that needs to happen for growth. You know what I mean? And I can't stop thinking about that baby bird energy. There's a level of excitement involved in that, but it's mixed with the what ifs. The need to have faith that no matter what the experience is, that it is leading you towards your highest good. Even if it doesn't always feel like it. And then not needing validation on whether what that risk, that chance to not lean on validation for whether it went good or was bad, or is sort of what I'm getting, okay? I don't know what that means. I was just looking at the lion, and that's sort of what I got. To not allow anything outside of you to be the judge for that, to be the meter for what success is for you, for what growth is for you, for what purpose is for you. To not allow anything outside of that to be your gauge, your measurement for that. I'm getting you some guidance cards, pile number 2, in regards to this energy of allowing. What is seeking you is an opportunity to fly. I keep on needing to remind myself of the theme of the reading. Okay, so let's see your guidance cards. We have Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. Yeah, being in the present instead of putting focus on all the what ifs. Being in the present moment and enjoying the experience for what it is, even in all of its anxiousness and uncertainty. And the unknown, oh my gosh, it can be the scariest thing in the world. But putting yourself back, your focus back on the present moment is the way to counteract that feeling. Parrot Spirit, watch your words. Manifestation, right? Confidence is your key to success. Don't allow yourself, be the one in charge, like your own correctional officer, if you will, to correct yourself when you're hearing words of doubt in yourself, not having trust and faith in yourself. When you allow yourself to, or when you catch yourself, be sure to correct yourself, okay? The heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. Yeah, this is bigger picture. Not understanding how everything unfolds, but having trust and faith in that. All right, Autumn. Release the old and rest. And then we have choose love. You always have choice. Make yours with love. Yeah, that's what I was sort of getting with the not putting... not allowing anything outside of you, to always go with what's coming from within when it comes to taking leaps of faith. In other words, don't feel outside pressure to take a leap of faith. Trust within yourself when is the right moment to take that, okay? You are the creator of your life experience, so how you choose to define what it is that you're experiencing is everything. Okay? That's what I got for you, pile number 2. If these messages resonated, I also wanted to ask, like I asked pile number one, if there is a preference for shuffling on camera or if I just show up and like, hey, what's up, pile two? Here are your cards. If you have a preference, let me know. Until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pile number three. If you chose this spiraled shell, then let's go ahead and get some messages for you about what it is that is seeking you. I think it's clarity. It has something to do with the sense of direction, where you feel you're going, even though there's this openness to an allowing of where you're going. I feel like there's a little bit of conflict. I was getting like death spiral, and I was like, not the death spiral. Maybe feeling of confusion. Feeling unsure that you're even headed where you think you're trying to go, based off of what it is that you're seeing. Okay, so only take that if it resonates, but that's just what I was getting from the energy of, I was gonna say the crystal. Not of the crystal, of the shell. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some cards. What is seeking pile number three? What is the energy of what is seeking pile number three? Okay, let's look at our cards. We have Destiny. I love this card. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Okay. Yeah, it does feel like not having clarity about maybe in some cases what actions to take, like what you should be doing with your time and energy. And if you are doing something with your time and energy that's directed towards a specific goal, there's a sense of uncertainty about how to go about it. Or it could be, yeah, it could be that you are going away about it and not sure that it's moving you, not sure that there's movement, not sure that the movement is in the right direction, not sure how to gain clarity on it either. It feels like faith is what's seeking you. Faith in yourself. Let me go ahead and get some tarot. Yours feels a little bit more puzzle. Feels a little puzzly. Like you're hard to decipher. Like you're complex. There are complexities either to the situation or just in your personality, in your way of living your life or thinking, something like that. There's complexity here. It's not so simple is what I'm getting. It's not that simple. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, there's a lot of energy in the specific 3D. There's a lot of emotions being taken, focus being put. The Hanged Man, there's that stuck energy. Not sure if you're supposed to, is sort of what it feels like. Not sure if you're supposed to do this, not sure if you're supposed to do that. Not sure if it's okay for, for you to want this and take these steps and go in that direction. It sort of feels like there's different layers. It could be talking about multiple things. is why it feels so complex. Maybe there are multiple directions of focus you have going on in your life currently. And that's what makes what steps for you to take feel like you don't know what you're doing. It's sort of what it's giving. Like you know what you want. You feel like you understand the steps that you need to take, but you also at the same time feel like you don't know. Like you don't know. I'm getting more cards in this pile because I need more information. We have death. We have the sun. That's a good sign. We have the Ace of Cups. Okay. And then we have the Page of Cups. I'm going to pause. Okay. So what I'm getting from all the cards overall is what is seeking you. Pile number 3 is your destiny. And the destiny, what I'm getting from this message is not one specific place. Your destiny is the journey included, not just the destination, right? So there's a lot to be gained from this fog and uncertainty about whether your actions are leading you in the direction that you ultimately want to be headed in life in general, despite whatever aspects of your life this is involving. I strongly feel that you are absolutely in a spiral. So if we take you traveling in a spiral, you may say that your destination is over here, right? And you find yourself moving in this direction, which makes you feel like you're getting further and further away. But actually, your journey is taking you exactly where you need to, even though that's not always clear. And I feel like a lot of this is not clear. A lot of this is just like tiny nuggets and glimpses that you're getting and moving forward on that, which is what you are being guided to do. The steps that you are taking are leading you, including all of its challenges and all of its uncertainties, are giving you the experience necessary to put yourself into the energy of where it is that you want to be. It's about vibration. It's about understanding the journey and your destiny in all its aspects, not just goal-centered, goal-focused, which is a good place to be, right? There's always got to be, in order for growth, if you're living a life of wanting to grow and pursue the best version of yourself that you potentially can be, I feel like that's where you're at. I feel like that's what you're seeking. And I feel like there's confusion sometimes about whether it's happening, because you are yourself, right? It's like a painting when you're doing it up close. Let's say it's a bigger one. When you're doing it up close, you need to take a step back and then come back to it. Take a step back and then come back to it. And I feel that while you are very much doing that, when you take a step back, it almost like it feels like you're becoming more unsure if you're headed in the right direction. It feels like it almost brings you more confusion about your decisions, your purpose. But I absolutely feel that very much you are headed towards, it's giving pile number 1 kind of with the renewal. We have the death here, and I feel renewed energy. I feel like where you are in your current spiral feels counteractive towards what you are trying for, headed to, wanting in life. But it comes with multiple versions of yourself. So while it may feel that there are steps you're taking or opportunities that are coming in that feel like you're being guided towards them, they bring added confusion because they feel like side quests. But these side quests are important towards the journey as a whole in leading you towards your destiny. So, I don't know, yours is very, again, it's confusing me because it feels like what is seeking you is your destiny, but it's more than just your destiny. It's perspective about what the journey towards your destiny is supposed to look like. What's seeking you is a fresh perspective, a different way of viewing your life experience. And this new perspective and being able to shift, it comes with experiences that force you to shed more layers of yourself. And this comes with release. This may come with a lot of loss. It may feel like you're unraveling. The more and more you pursue your destiny, the more and more you unravel and feel like you're molding different versions of yourself each time you unravel, or discovering more and more about yourself more authentically. There's more truth in this current version of yourself than the last version of yourself. And it's important, not that it's important, but the guidance here is offering a different perspective of that. That's what is seeking you. Because it almost feels like the energy of surrender. What is seeking you is the ability to put yourself in the energy of surrender, which is very productive towards being in the right energy, right? To attract, to move things forward, to allow you to have more of this glimpses of being in the right direction, of more things to feel proud of yourself for overcoming. Like all of that is wanting to come in, but it comes from a perspective change in that. And it'll allow for the energy of surrender to flow more freely in your life. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I hope that made sense. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull you some guidance cards. Guidance for pile number 3. Oop, that's way too many. No. Let me try again. Okay, take those. Oh, those flew out. Oh, it was one. I thought it was more than one. Okay. And the last one. Guidance for pile number 3. Oh, that's fast. Okay. Let's start off with your animal cards. First one out was the Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. We have Giraffe Spirit. See the bigger picture. I like that. We have Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. I love that because there is multiple versions of you that you've experienced rebirth. And I feel like you may be experiencing one right now. And there's this wanting to see ahead, wanting to sort of know. And then we have Great Teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. Absolutely. We have Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. There is a bunch of strength and growth that is currently, you're currently stepping into another level of strength. Again, a more truth about who you are seeing yourself to be. It's like getting to know yourself on a deeper level. Each spiral you take, you're unraveling and releasing old things that no longer apply to who you are as a person and are leading you towards what you ultimately want to be, like you're the highest version of yourself that you can be. We have love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things that life has to offer. I love that for you. Absolutely. And then we have take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. This is beautiful energy. So there may be some aspects of you in this spiral that feel like when there's uncertainty about whether you are deserving of the ultimate goal of what it is that you are seeking, of what it is that you want for your life and your life experience. And I think that only comes from the confusion, the not being able to see. It's just important for you to remind yourself that you are, sorry if I took a long break. Important for you to remind yourself that you are absolutely deserving of the life experience that you choose. And although I feel like a lot of times for you it comes with, like in order to get there, there's like what seems to be an obstacle. But again, this is about perspective, because everything is happening in ways, in order for things to move in the direction that you want it to. And although a lot of the times that creates life experiences that are unpleasant, who you end up coming out of those experiences is when you truly see yourself. That's when you are able to appreciate who you are, how far you've come, and the growth, to be able to see the growth from a bigger perspective. And I feel like that's important to remind yourself, pile number 3. All right, so that's what I got for you. I hope these messages were able to resonate with you. Please let me know if they did. And also, I've been asking all the piles if there is a preference specifically for shuffling on camera or off camera. If there's a preference, please let me know. All right, love. Until we vibe again.